Hey, boss lady. Welcome to this episode of the podcast. My name is Victoria Obuja. I'm a personal branding, mindset, and purpose coach for women. I help female experts and professionals enter into their bold and loud era by building powerful personal brands and also revamping their mindset. And yes, once again, you're welcome to this episode of the podcast. And if you notice, I haven't mentioned the name of the podcast right now, right? Because I'm sure you're looking at your screen and you're like, is this what's going on? Well, let me explain. Okay, so before now, we were known as the HPP tribe, that is Her Power and Purpose tribe. But at the time, it felt more like a temporary name because when I and my team were working on it, we still had some things we're trying to figure out, but we didn't just want to sit back and wait for everything to get sorted. So we decided to start off with a name that felt, good at the time. But somewhere deep down, we knew that there was going to be a change eventually. And as we proceeded with, building the brand and all of that, time came for re-strategizing because now we're not just thinking short term, we're thinking long term, right? I'm very passionate about helping women enter into their bold and loud era, and my team knows this. So every day I'm always looking for a way to, grow, evolve, make sure that, everything is just working great, right? Making sure that there's improvements, things are getting better, not just for me, but for the people that I have been called to serve. So recently we went back to the drawing board and we did some re-strategizing and then we saw that there was a need for a rebrand, for some changes here and there. So the long and short of it is that right now, it's no longer the HPP tribe, that is the Her Power and Purpose tribe. We now have a new name that aligns more with what we want to achieve now and in the future. And so I am now introducing you to the Bold Woman tribe. The Bold Woman tribe, is a community, a brand, a platform that is focused on raising bold women who would, helping women find their purpose, unleash their power, and, boldly and loudly put themselves out there for the world to see and for others to benefit from. Okay, so the Bold Woman tribe has different aspects. We have the community part of it, and then we have resources like ebooks, the podcast, the newsletter, and then we have, other things like the Bold Woman Conversation. We have the Bold Woman book series. We have, everything is all about the Bold Woman, right? It's all about making you a bold woman. And if you're already a bold woman, it's all about making you a bolder woman, okay? So watch out. It's going to be an awesome journey, a bold and awesome journey. So let me now say, hi, bold boss ladies. Welcome to this episode of the Bold Woman podcast, powered by the Bold Woman tribe. All right, does that make sense now? I'm pretty sure it does. Okay, so now let's get into the juice of today's episode. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at practical steps to launch your personal brand in 7 days or less. So I know you want to launch your personal brand. I know you want to do that, right? But you don't know where to get started. Like, you don't know the heads and tail of it, right? And you really want to get started, okay? Maybe you're not, you've been holding back all this while because you lacked knowledge or you didn't have the right information, right? Well, this episode is for you because after listening to this, you're going to have a good, you're going to have what you need to actually get started. So yes, practical steps to help you launch your personal brand, your powerful personal brand in 7 days. So you take this each step, one step per day, and after 7 days, you would have the information and the energy and the motivation and inspiration you need to get started on your personal branding journey as a female expert, professional, leader, entrepreneur, business owner. Yeah, you got it. And this works for both your personal life and your professional life. You got it. Okay, so let's get down to it. So day one, or shall we say step one, you have to start by defining your purpose and your target audience. Excuse me. So you have to start by defining your purpose and your target audience, okay? The reason is this, okay? Knowing the clear purpose of your brand gives, having a clear purpose gives your brand a direction. Okay, it helps you to know exactly where you're heading to with this brand, right? It helps you to understand what are the goals, what are the like. You get to know the reason why you are actually building this brand, and with this understanding or clarity brings also brings you an understanding of your audience. Okay, it makes knowing your brand purpose and knowing your audience makes sure that your message is resonating with the right people. Okay, so not only do you know what your brand is about, but you also know who this brand is for, because it's not just for you, it is also for the people that you are positioning yourself out there for. So you're not just building a brand that pleases you, but you're building a brand that resonates with the people that you are putting out yourself for. Okay, because at the end of the day, right, it's not about you having it the way you want it, right? You also want to make sure that the people that you're showing up for are actually happy with what they are seeing. So use day one to understand your brand purpose and your target audience. Get clarity on that. So you can ask yourself questions like, what do I stand for? What problems am I actually solving? Why should people care about my brand? Okay, who are the people that I'm actually talking to? Who are they? What are their pain points? What are their problems? What are their frustrations? And how can what I know and what I have help them? Do I have what it takes to help them? Does what I know and have, does my area of expertise and professionalism and experience and knowledge actually help them, right? So who are they exactly? Am I targeting men or women? What are their age? What's their age range? What likely career paths are they currently taking, and all of that. So these are questions you should ask yourself when you're trying to get clarity on your brand purpose and your target audience. By the end of this day one, you will have a clear brand purpose and a solid audience avatar, right? Okay, now day two and step two, you now need to go ahead and craft your bold brand message. Okay, so the reason why is this: having a strong, bold brand message, will set you apart from others in your industry, because there are other people out there who have the same ideas and knowledge and experience that you have, right? And there are so many out there, but you really want to be able to differentiate yourself from them, right? You guys can be under the same umbrella, but there should be something that makes you stand out from others who are playing in the same water with you. So you need a strong brand message that sets you apart, that communicates the unique value that you bring to your target audience or to the global table. So write down your brand story. Actually, what really sets you apart is your story. What are the stories, the experiences that has shaped your life, that has made you who you are today, that has brought you into the expertise, into the fields that you are, the journey of your life so far? What are those experiences that has shaped you, and how do these experiences connect with your passion and with your purpose and with your profession, right? So when you write this stuff, when you write it down, you have a brand story. That is your brand story, and that would be the guide. This will serve as a guideline for you when you eventually launch out, when you eventually start, creating content. It will serve as a foundation for you. Knowing your story, knowing your purpose, knowing your target audience will serve as the foundation for the type of content you're going to be putting out that would help people to know you for who you want them to know you for. Okay, so you can also have a tagline, something like a slogan, a motto, or a tagline, something that like a 1 or 2 line that conveys powerfully what you stand for. Okay, now moving over to day three, it's time for you to design your visual identity. So now that you know your brand purpose, you know your target audience, and you've been able to craft out your brand message, you want to go ahead and begin to design your visual identity. Your visual identity has to do with what people see about you. Like when they see something, they know this is you, right? So go ahead and choose your brand colors. You want your brand, your personality to be associated with. You want some colors that when people see these colors, even though it reminds them of other brands, it also reminds them of you. You want colors that, showcase your brand personality, your tone, language, and your values and all that you stand for. So choose your brand colors, choose your fonts, choose your style. There are applications that can help you. Applications like Adobe Spark or Canva can help you in coming up with your brand identity. You can also go ahead and design a logo for your personal brand. Although you are the face of your brand, right? You are the face of your personal brand, right? But there's no harm in having a personal brand logo. So if you can design, go ahead and design. But if you cannot design, but you want a logo, you can get a professional to design a powerful logo for you. Okay? Excuse me. Okay, then now moving over to day 4 and step 4, It's now time to set up your social media profiles, okay? This is very, very important. And the reason for this is because social media is the easiest and fastest way to establish yourself out there in this age and time. The digital world is an open playground, okay? Gone are the days when people have to rely on TV and newspapers and handbills to get to share information or get to be known or seen. Here, now in this age and time, from the comfort of your bedroom with a smartphone and data, you are out there in the world. And of course, there has to be some strategy behind it, because you have to make sure that you're putting out the right content, you're putting out the right visuals and all of that. So go ahead and set up your social media pages, your social media profiles. I would advise LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Now, all of these platforms are great. It's then what matters now is where exactly are your target audience? Are they more on Instagram or are they more on LinkedIn? Right? So, and what content formats are you okay or comfortable with as well? So these are some of the things that you have to consider when choosing the social media platforms that you really want to be on. Now, you can have profiles on all the social media platforms, but it does not mean that you must be active on all of them at the same time. So for me, I have my profile on all the major social media platforms, right? Both the ones that are popular and the ones that are not popular. I have my profile on all of them, on all the major ones, but I'm not active on all of them because I can't be active on all of them right now. Okay, so I choose to be more active on LinkedIn and on Instagram, and I also try to bring in a little bit of TikTok and of course YouTube. So these are the platforms that I am doing my best to. But you see, LinkedIn and Instagram, I don't joke with them. Even if I don't show up on any other platform, I must show up on Instagram and I must show up on LinkedIn. Okay, so these are my two major platforms. Other platforms, I just show up there whenever I can. Okay, right. So as time goes on and as I expand my team, I can be able to get more hands to work on all other social media platforms, because each social media platform is actually different and they have different strategies that make them work. Right. So the strategies you apply on Instagram may not be the same strategies you apply on TikTok. So yeah, it requires all hands on deck. So as I expand my team, as I grow, as my brand grows, right, I can then begin to expand on other social media platforms as well. Right. Okay. So now day 5 and step 5, build you can actually have a simple website or a landing page, a third-party landing page, right? So I personally currently I don't have a personal website because it's being worked on. I used to have, but there were some issues with it. It got expired and all of that. So currently another one is in the works, but instead of waiting for that one to get set up and all of that, I currently use a landing page, Linktree. I use Linktree to host all the links to anything I want people to have access to, right? I use Linktree, I use Mainstack, right? So these are sites that allow you to create landing pages, where you can set up your profile and you can put all the links to all your resources and all of that, where people can, access everything they can about you in one click. So it's very important for you to have a simple website or a landing page. Call it something like your virtual home, your digital home, where everything about you can be found, right? So it's very important. And then day 6 and step 6, now begin to work on your content calendar. You need to set up your content strategy, create a content calendar, right? Okay, and begin to create content, right? Because after everything, if at the end of the day you don't create content, then there is a problem, because you just have social media profiles but they're empty, because there is no content connecting you to your target audience and to the world out there. Content is how you show up out there. Okay, so work on your content strategy, create a content calendar, work on your content format. What formats do you want to do? Videos or podcasts, or text, whichever one. So set up your content strategy, set up your content calendar, and begin to share content. And then day 7 and step 7, announce your brand. It's time to now go ahead and boldly and loudly announce that, hey world, I'm out here and I'm ready to unleash all that I've got. It's time to now go ahead and announce your brand, begin to share content, begin to engage with your audience. Okay, now one thing you need to know is that in building a brand, a personal brand, consistency is key, self-discipline is very key. If you do not have these things, there's a problem. And authenticity is very key. Being transparent is very key. And also perfectionism is a killer, right? It will kill your work. So don't strive for perfection. Just strive to show up daily as best as you can, for yourself and for the people that you are serving. Okay, so go ahead right now and launch that personal brand. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be known. You deserve to be sought after. You deserve to be paid for what you know, for what you got. Yes, your personal brand can actually earn you money. Yes, you can make money from your personal brand. The other day, I shared a newsletter where I talked about 25 ways to make money from your personal brand. Okay, so you can actually monetize your personal brand, monetize your knowledge, monetize your story, your experiences, right? So yes, you definitely can do that. But if you don't want to monetize it, that's no problem. But you can actually be out there, doing amazing stuff, putting yourself out there, and just being a solution to people's problems, because what you know and what you have is someone's solution, is a solution to someone's problem. So go ahead and be the solution that someone is looking for. Okay, all right, so if you're ready to launch your brand and honestly to God you really don't know how to get started, well, I believe and I know that these 7 steps will definitely get you started. But if you feel like, okay, I have the information now, but I really don't want to do it myself, I don't want to do try and error and all of that, I don't want to make any mistake, I just want to launch well, right? So I need help, I need guidance, I need support, I need accountability. Well, that's what you got me for. Okay, so send me a message, right? And let's get started on this journey. And do not forget that the Bold Woman book is out, right? It's a life-changing book. Trust me, it is. And it's for bold women. It's a bold book with bold content for bold women. So get ready for bold. Trust me, get ready for bold. All right, that's it for this episode of the Bold Woman podcast. And I am looking forward to another awesome time with you. Cheers to your power, to your purpose, to your bold and loud era. Bye.